Hey everybody, it's me Joe, and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to teach you how to improve your listening skills fast. A lot of students tell me that they really don't like listening, they're not good at listening, they want to improve their listening. This video is going to teach you a technique that you can practice, and it will really improve your listening right away, starting today. All right? Because also, in this video, I'm going to teach you the technique, and then I'm going to tell you a story where you can use the technique. All right? Also, if this is your first time here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name is Joe. I teach English to foreign students at a university in Canada. And I think you should subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell down below. When I make a new video, you will be notified and you can come check it out, okay? All right. So you want to get better at listening. That's a common complaint for many students. This video is going to show you a step-by-step way to do that, and you can even start practicing it in this video. Stay to the end of the video. I'm telling you a story then, a funny story, and you can practice these tips that I give you right now. Okay? So, the step number one, whenever you listen to something, is you want to ask yourself, what is the main idea? What is this about? All right? You can even start by guessing beforehand. So you look at the title of something, title of a video, title of a news report, whatever video you're going to watch or listen to. Guess what you're going to hear. Even before you hear it, what is the main idea? What do you think you're going to hear? Okay? If you're going to hear something about a bank robbery, likely there's going to be stuff about how many robbers were there, when it happened, what bank, where was the location, how much money was stolen, right? You don't know the facts yet, but you have a general idea of what information will be in the story even before you hear the story, okay? All right? So that's step number one. What's the main idea? Step number two, it kind of connects to number one. Why do you think that? Why do you think that's going to be the main idea? So this is a little bit of self-awareness. Don't just guess, right? Don't just guess. Point yourself in the direction of some evidence. Why do you think that's what you're going to hear? All right? Or why do you think that's the main idea? All right? If you can answer that question for yourself, that's going to help you. It's going to strengthen your listening ability. It forces you to look for clues, look for evidence. Why do you think that? Well, there was something in the title. Well, this is the news. Well, it sounds like the speaker is using a very serious voice, not kind of an easygoing voice. So it sounds like it's a very serious story. Anything like that can be a tip to why you think the main idea is the main idea. All right? After you hear it, okay, after you hear it, ask yourself a question. Do you agree with it? Do you understand it? Okay? Maybe if it's agree, if it's an argument type of thing, or understand it if it's a story. Do you understand it? All right? Now, when I say do you understand it, I want you to be able to paraphrase it. Now, paraphrase means you tell the story in your own words. So imagine if you watched a video on YouTube, this video, another video, and then you had a friend who said, hey, what was that about? Could you tell your friend what that video was about? Could you? Can you explain it? You can't remember exactly the words that I say or in another video, but you get the main ideas. Can you explain it to your friend? If you can explain it to your friend, that's a really good sign that you have a good grasp of the main idea. Another way to check that and it's on every YouTube video on this whole YouTube channel, is if you click in the notes, there is a description, right? Some people write a little bit in the description. Some people write a lot in the description. That is the person who made the video. That person knows exactly what this video is about. After you watch the video, read those notes. Does it sound like the same thing you thought, right? When they say it's about this, this, and this, did you say, yeah, I heard all that? Or were you completely wrong? If you're completely wrong, maybe watch the video again. But just think about that. Every video on YouTube has a description in the notes. And that is a great way for you to double check that you understood what you just watched. All right? Especially a native speaker wrote that paragraph, that description. That's native speaker language. You're trying to get better at native speaker English, at speaking English. Did you come close to that same description? Okay? That's a great way. Step 4, the last step is, what are 3 words, 3 new words that you heard, and try to guess what they mean. Don't go look them up in dictionaries, not yet anyway. Check out 3 words, you heard 3 words, maybe make a note, and guess. You heard the whole story, you watched the whole video. What were those 3 words? Write them down and then try and guess what you think they mean. This word has something to do with banks. This word has something to do with police. You don't have to be exact, but you're guessing. Then, after you write down your guesses, get out your phone, get on Google Translate or wherever you find your dictionary, and look those words up. And when you look them up, you'll be able to see, hey, no, I was pretty close. I was right about that. Or I was right about that. It's a great exercise, okay? Let's recap what you're going to do, right? First, find yourself a video and figure out what's the main idea, sometimes even before it starts. Number 2, double check, why do you think that? What is telling you to make that your guess, right? So it's a little awareness, all right? Number 3, do you agree or do you understand the whole story? And you can check to see if you understand by, you remember, checking in the notes. There's a description written there by a native speaker. Just read that afterwards. Was it the same thing you thought? And the last step, number 4, what are 3 new words? Guess what you think they are, then look them up. All right? Imagine if you did this 2 or 3 times a day for a month. 2 or 3 times a day for a month. How good would your listening become after 30 days of practicing this? It'd probably be fantastic. Well, let's not wait. I'm going to tell you a funny story, and I want you to practice those 4 things right now, okay? Here we go. So the title of this story is Divorce. Okay, here we go. It was the 3rd week of November. An elderly man from Chicago calls his son in New York City. And he gets on the phone and he's talking to his son in New York and he says, I just want to let you know, there's no easy way to say this, your mom and I are getting a divorce. And the son is shocked. What? I know. We've been married for 45 years and I can't stand her anymore and she can't stand me anymore. We argue all the time. And he says, if we stay together, I'm pretty sure your mom is going to kill me because she owns a gun, right? So we've agreed that we're going to get a divorce, okay? So, and the father then says, I really don't even like talking about this. Can you call your sister in Seattle and tell her the bad news? I'm just going to go lay down. So he hangs up. The son is shocked. right? He quickly calls his sister in Seattle and tells her the bad news about mom and dad. And she freaks out. She's like, what? Oh my God. She says, no way is this happening, right? She's super angry and she says, no way. I'm not going to let this happen. So she tells her brother in New York, get a ticket, get the earliest plane tickets. You and your wife, kids, get the earliest plane tickets you can to Chicago. We're going to do the same thing here in Seattle, and we're going to get on the next flight to Chicago, and we're going to stop this. We have to have a family meeting and discuss this. So the girl calls Chicago, and she's gets on the phone with her dad. And her dad, I guess your brother called you and told you about the news. And the sister stops him and says, Dad, shut up. You're not getting divorced. You and Mom, calm down. We are on our way. We're coming from Seattle, right? John and his wife and the kids are coming from New York. Don't do anything until we get there. We're going to all sit down as a family. We're going to discuss this. We're going to solve whatever problems you and Mom have, okay? Don't do anything. So the father says, okay, all right, we can wait. And so the daughter gets off the phone and she's getting tickets. And the father hangs up the phone. And then he turns and his wife is standing right beside him and he smiles at her. And he puts his arm around her and he says, well, he hugs her and he says, it worked. The kids are coming to visit us for Thanksgiving. All right, so that's the whole story. So now, try and use those things that I talked about, all right? Right? What was the main idea? Why did you think that was the main idea? Do you understand the whole story? And were there 3 words that you heard that maybe you didn't understand? Try and guess them. And when I upload this video, I'm going to put a very detailed description of this story in the notes. So you guess what the main idea is, and it'll be there in the notes waiting for you to double check. All right? Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And if you have any questions, write them down in the comments, and I will write back to you. And as well as the description, check in the notes for more learning opportunities. I put lots of links in there too, always. All right? And until next time, see you later.